We got my guy Howie Bell, D-Town's own hilarious comedian. He's gonna come on here a little later on tonight and kick it with us. So shout out to everybody tuning in. This is the Afterthought podcast live. I gotta do my wellness check. I gotta check in with my people. JP, Tiff, how y'all doing? What's good with y'all? Talk to me. How y'all feeling?
Today I'm doing good.
Okay.
I woke up this morning. I said, you know what? Nobody's going to fuck my day up. I'm not going to allow it. I was going to have a good attitude.
Especially with that shirt on, sis. With that shirt on, nobody should be messing with you.
Yeah, don't fuck with me today, please. And today I had a pretty decent day. The energy was good, so I'm hoping that it goes that way every day.
I see you change the background, and I'm not saying the digital
I
background.
did not.
You changed the stuff on the shelf. On your.
I didn't. It's the same. It's probably just moved over a little bit. This is a big ass shelf.
You know I'm messing with you, sis. You know I'm messing with you.
Yeah, Joe, she just slid to the left a little bit. Like we had the center the last time. Now we got the left.
Yes, and our other co-host, Mr. JP. What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
What's good, everybody? I'm feeling blessed. I can't complain at all. Just thankful for another day here. Just to be able to chop it up with a few of my favorite people in life.
Right.
Get to talking, get to making sure we're doing all right. See how everyone's feeling. Yesterday was a crazy day in sports, so I was
Tiff, I know you don't watch sports. Tiff, like that. I know you're not a big NBA fan.
Like that. Shit, if I don't have a ticket to a live game, it ain't happening.
I hear
If
you.
it ain't the World Cup or Kenny Kings, it ain't happening. So don't ask me nothing.
Okay.
When outside open up, we gotta take you to a game, Tiff.
Yes.
All right.
We're gonna do a team outing.
And guess what? I'll clap when you clap.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right? No, last night was crazy. I know what JP's talking about. The Clippers fell to the Nuggets in a 7-game series, in Game 7 actually, and they were up 3-1, and a lot of people were shocked. And right now, it's looking like Laker Nation. JP, I know JP want to say something on that real quick. I know you want to.
I'm gonna just say this.
Go ahead.
As much as I love the Lakers, I love Kobe. I respect the Lakers. I respect the organization. I respect Bron, AD, one of my favorite players. I think there's something about this bubble situation that's very different.
Okay, what do you mean?
And I don't think that the disadvantages that you usually have of like having to travel to and from, going to an arena, hostile environment, you don't have any of that. Right. You just got guys out there playing ball. So Denver's young. Denver is developing. They have a good team camaraderie.
So you like Denver?
They have nothing to do.
You like Denver pretty much. That's what you're saying.
I think the Lakers going to win the series.
I was about to say. You heard that.
But I don't think it's going to be something where it's like 4 games or 5 games. And even if it is, it's going to be, even if it's 5 games like OKC and Miami was.
Yeah.
All of those are close games except for one. They might have lost 34-1. But those are close games. I don't see
know. Listen, I'm going to just say it's Lakers all day. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spend too much on it because, me and you could go back and forth. But
we can.
So y'all think the bubble situation is better? Is that what you're saying? It's better for the energy?
It's better for now. For the pandemic right now, for the fans, for the,
But you're saying that's more effective as far as there's no hostile environment, so players play better? Is that what you're saying?
Kind of, because when you play sports, when you go and travel on the road, like your focus has to be tighter because everyone in there is going to be booing you and talking shit and trying to come for you. So your focus has to be really tight. And then you have to travel, even though it's not, depending on what city you are in, the travel, you have to fly to, fly from, get to a hotel late, get up early for a practice. So your body clock, little things like that can affect your timing of how efficient you are, can play a factor.
Yeah.
Because they're all in the same location and on the same campus, there's no have to get on a plane, having to know I have to go to this arena where they know they boo me, or
They just in a hotel chilling, pretty much. They just sit still.
So, all of those little things that can kind of help or hurt a team aren't there. It's just we just play in a neutral site.
I wanna ask you this, Tiff. We were on last week, and I was talking about the Gladys versus Patty situation. Shout out to everybody on the Facebook, Danielle, Christina. I want to ask you, Tiff. I know you watched it. I had a show that night, and I saw Twitter. I know we were texting. I know you was telling. I saw the punches coming, but in your opinion, who did you have winning that?
Don't ask me. I don't ever pick a winner. I don't ever pick a winner on a versus battle except for Teddy Riley and
Babyface.
And Babyface. I don't pick a winner. It was just a vibe.
Okay.
Patty kicked those shoes off, though. I told her she was gonna kick them shoes off.
You did say that. You said she kicked them shoes off.
And Gladys sang your song 2 times.
Yes, she did. Christina on the check-in said Patty. She said she had Patty.
Patty did the 2-step.
Patty was moving. Patty was moving out there.
She danced like a grandma, right? She danced like a real grandma, not these new grandmas.
Yeah.
She's a real grandma. That's right.
She was moving, and I saw that Gladys had the glitter onesie on.
The sequence. Gladys looked good.
That was fire.
They both 76. I'm like, oh my God.
I was waiting. I didn't see the pies. We was predicting that she was gonna have pies out during the whole battle. For those that have eaten or were wondering. At one point though, I said, is she gonna bring out Michael McDonald to this bitch? I think is he gonna come from behind her chair and start singing "Keep Forgetting Why You Love Me"? Like, I wasn't sure if that was gonna happen. Like,
somebody said Walmart was in the comments cheering for Patty.
Walmart? Yes, they were. I heard.
Yeah. Walmart want that paper. They know the holiday.
Walmart want them pies back on the shelves.
They do. The holiday season coming up real soon. We already in the middle of September.
Yes. And with everything going on, shout out to those holding it down during the pandemic. Like I said, here at the Afterthought podcast, we know everybody's going through it. So support your Black-owned businesses. Support, everything during these times. Trump's supposed to be giving out this 900 in a couple days. I'm not sure if it's true or if it's going to happen. There's supposedly another stimulus check. But yeah, Biden and Harris, I know you have, some reservations, T, for Kamala Harris, but how y'all feeling about the Biden Kamala administration coming in the next 4 years? How y'all feel about that?
I don't like no politicians. I don't trust them at all.
Right.
And I don't trust Kamala Harris. She said she was listening to Tupac and Snoop Dogg in her college days. This bitch is alike. Okay. How old is she?
She's up there. She's got to be in her 50s?
So how long was she in college? Which college? For which degree? How was she listening to Tupac?
You need stats on her. She need Google stats on her.
This bitch is a liar.
I need Google stats on her, right?
Like if she's in her 50s, probably getting her master's, because that's almost 30 years.
Right.
25.
Okay.
Okay, so how old is Tupac? He died, 24 years ago?
Kamala Harris is 55 years old. Correction. She's 55. Now, how old would Tupac be?
No, Pac died in 96 and Big died in 97.
Okay.
So Pac died in 96 and we first started hearing Pac albums around.
Pac would be 48, technically.
Yeah. And if we started listening to Pac around 91.
Okay.
Early, like Digital Underground Pac.
Yeah. I Get Around.
She wasn't listening to that. She wasn't listening to that.
She wasn't listening to that shit.
She wasn't listening to that shit.
It don't even matter. She wasn't listening to that shit.
She wasn't. We don't even gotta do the math.
She was. Listen, Tupac was 10 when this bitch
When
was in
she was
college.
listening to him.
Come on.
So, I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I'm saying this. It's so bad right now that we need change regardless. Like, I'm the type of person, stop talking to me about the next person coming in office. Talk to me about the person that's in office, us trying to get him out. That goddamn kitten heel picture. I know y'all seen that on Instagram of Trump having the kitten heel, that 3-inch quarter heel. That shit pisses me off every time I see that shit, Tiff. You know?
And Trump went to see Dr. Miami. I seen his booty shot.
Come on. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga here.
You know,
Trump got more ass than me.
With that old 56 long blazer he got on, you know,
and his 27-piece weave he got going.
Toupee. Oh, I can't stand him. He get me so upset every time I see him on TV because he don't care.
Why
you know?
Trump don't just get the Marv Albert and blonde?
Look,
Yeah.
Trump said, I just want to be a president because I can. It's a bucket list. It was on his bucket list. He's arrogant. He didn't think he would win either. And then he was like, oh shit, you know? I think it was just a narcissistic attempt, like, fuck it, I be president.
No, I think you're right. Shout out to everybody on the check-in. Christina, Janella, Jennifer, Danielle, Mike, what up, baby? We getting ready to have our first guest come on, Miss Lisa Ray, in a few minutes. I know some of y'all was like, Lisa Ray from Ice Cube. I was like, nah, not that Lisa Ray. Not from Players Club. No. Don't get me wrong. We would love to have Lisa Ray come on, but we got a even doper Lisa Ray. Like I said, writer, poet, community activist, motivational speaker. List goes on and on. She's coming on in a few minutes. Shout out to Patrick on the check-in, Layla on the check-in. This is the Afterthought podcast. Like I said, I'm rocking out with JP, Tiff. I'm your man, Joe Hill. Before I bring her on, I want to ask y'all this. Have we ever thought about what Halloween is going to look like in a couple of weeks?
It's gonna look like
trick or
me.
treat? No, we not. What we doing?
No. I'm saying my ass at home.
You ain't got no kids, JP. You said that quickly.
I might not even go to work.
I'll tell you one
that
thing.
day.
Everybody got a fucking mask already. So
Exactly.
you ain't gonna do nothing about that.
No.
Everybody got a mask. We all ninjas. We all ninjas in a Japanese flick for the next 6 months.
Bro, I don't like Halloween because I still remember when they used to do, like, remember when we was in junior high and high school, when there was, like, gang initiation and all types of craziness?
Yeah.
Like, hell no. Yo, I remember I almost got into a fight when I was in junior high.
Right.
Randomly walking with my boys, my homegirl, and they was throwing eggs from in the building, like up on like the
That's
see it. And they started trying to pelt. They hit my man, hit the side of my Gore-Tex. Yo, I was
just disrespectful.
That was recent? That wasn't in the
no, back in junior high, sis.
Oh, okay.
When they like I'm saying from then on.
Do that now.
Nah.
Just said that
back
had
in the
been
day.
down.
Nah, back in the day when they used to throw all them eggs and do all that other BS.
We used to go to 86th Street to do that shit.
Throwing candy.
Oh, by Pizzeria Uno's.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well.
And BBQs.
Oh yeah.
Let's do this, y'all. Like I said,
shout
out to everybody on the Facebook live right now. Please share this live. We getting ready to bring our first guest in right now. Start clapping right now. Let me get a nice little intro music for her. Something like, you know, ooh. That's right, everybody. Afterthought podcast. Here we go. The talented writer, dope person. Make sure you share this live too. Christina, Patrick, Layla, I see y'all. Ooh, you know we not as advanced, so we have some music. Here she goes. There she goes, beautiful. Clap it up for her right now. Make some noise.
Lisa.
How are you? What's going on? First of all, all the melanin popping. You look well. Talk to us. Introduce yourself. How you feeling? You know, our wellness check. What's going on?
Okay, wellness check. Okay,
Yes.
Today's a good day. Today's definitely a good day. I'm doing well. My name is Lisa Angel Ray. Keyword there, angel. Okay,
Yes.
and you'll get it a little later on into the interview. I'm actually doing well. My health is good, thank God. No COVID, anything like that. No cold.
Mhm.
I'm okay. So I really can't complain, and that is the most important thing. Staying healthy and safe. So I am that.
That's what's up. I mean,
That's good.
Excellent.
I think that's always, the check-in. We always running and going, and it's always important to stop and just say, how we doing? Are you good? So I appreciate you coming on the podcast. Your inspiration, sis. For those that don't know, I got to meet Miss Ray in the comedy game, performing for her. And I don't know if you knew this, but my mixtape that I put out in April, there's a clip called Grandmothers Used to Be Reliable. That is from the church show that I did with you. And yes.
That's hot.
Yes, it was hot. That was a big track. That was so yes, getting to meet you and meet you through Kenny Williams,
Yes.
Comedian extraordinaire over 30 years in the game. But yeah, talk to the people about some of the stuff you do, and let's jump right into getting to know you a little bit.
Okay, well, I'm going to talk a little bit about my history, with comedy.
Yeah.
I've been promoting comedy since about 1989, along with my partner, Diane Gibbs.
Yes.
We used to do it in a little place called Echoes in Queens. I live in Queens, light skin, live in Queens.
Yes.
And so we started in a little spot called Echoes, and then we moved to a place called Manhattan Proper.
Mm-hmm.
And we ended up being there forever. So much so that the Proper just closed about 2 years ago. And we did our final send-off, if you will. Drew Frazier was there, Dean Edwards. They did it right up on us. We've had hosts our first host was Bill Bellamy. We worked with the late Monteria Ivy. We worked with everyone from Mike Epps to Tracy Morgan, actually helped jumpstarting their careers. Talent was right there with us in the beginning. And he was young, he was up and coming, and he was doing his thing, hosting. And Talent is the host with the most, right?
King of New York.
Everybody knows that. So we've been around. We've been around a long, long time, and nobody goes to Queens, right? But everybody came to Queens, from Madonna to Tupac to the New York Jets, the Giants, Puff Daddy,
Everybody.
Whatever his name was back then. I mean, everybody that was anybody. Bobby Brown, of course, LL Cool J. And remember, Onyx.
Onyx.
Yes.
Oh my God.
They took it back.
Get slammed in a party.
Yes.
So we had people like Cheryl Underwood come through, Hope Flood. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So anybody came through the Proper. And if the Proper was known as like a mini Apollo. So, great history there. And actually I was talking to my brother, Kamal, tonight, and we were talking about, there should definitely be a documentary, because we were women that were making it happen for real. You ask any of the comedians that were around back then, and even some that have, come and gone, if you will. God, why can't I think of his name? He won a contest, and he passed some years ago. Anyway, it'll come back to me, but some greats, definitely some greats. Definitely some greats. Go ahead. Because I can go. So and so that's my history, comedy. But prior to comedy, I had a couple of records out. I had a group called Delicious. Shout out to Tracy Sims and my sister Maria Ray. The group was Delicious, and we were on a label called Rooftop. Remember Rooftop Rolling back in the day up in Harlem?
Yes.
Okay, so Rooftop Records, we were the first female group.
Oh.
And Teddy Riley, speaking of Teddy Riley, Tiff. No match to Babyface, of course, we know that. But but Teddy was a musical genius in his own right, and he produced our songs. So you can look it up when you get off, because I know y'all are. I'm just saying, I know y'all are. Stop playing. One of the songs is Stop Playing, and oh God, why can't I think of the other song? Somebody's gonna kill me, but it'll come back to me.
It's okay.
But Delicious was the name of the group. Originally, well, I ain't gonna tell you the history, because there's gonna be a documentary coming out about Rooftop Records, about Rooftop and Gusto Wells. So we are in it. Nice. So you're gonna see us before, you know, as young girls and as mature, seasoned women like I am today.
Wow, that's so dope.
So So we got some history, you know, definitely some history in that. So that's how I got into promotion, because I wanted to be respected as a businesswoman. Right. That was very, very important to me. So that's how I got into the whole comedy thing. And fast forward, I don't know if you want me to jump all the way till today, or how I got into poetry.
Hold on, before you get to the poetry, and do y'all want to jump in there, Tiff or JP? Ask anything about anything. Feel free to jump in there at any time.
I don't have a question yet. I'm just listening.
Okay, yeah. I mean, so yeah.
No, ask some questions.
We getting there. I got you.
I'll wait until you get to the radio part, because I have some questions about that.
Got you. Okay.
Oh,
okay. Go ahead, Jay.
No. Me and Tiff were thinking along the same lines. If you're gonna wait, I was gonna ask. We could discuss about the radio, because talking about being in the group, we talked about talent being the host with the host. I remember his days when he first started on 98.7 Kiss FM. So back at that time, I'm just curious, like, was there a moment like when you guys first heard your song on the radio? Who was DJing? Like, what station were you on? Because you know what? Classic New York.
1986.
It's a flex.
Let me tell you something. Okay, so back in the day, we did a show with TKA, who's now doing that whole freestyle thing now, right? TKA, Val Young, remember Seduction for My Love?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I don't remember that. I'm not dating myself.
Nah, you're not.
Sweetheart.
Linden Boulevard on the check-in. Linden Boulevard on the check-in.
All right. Rainy Davis.
Sweetheart. Getting the money out here.
Go ahead.
Who else was on the show? We had, Red Alert was one of the hosts, so he brought us up. And we had, back in the day, there was a VJ or DJ, whatever, Chuck Leonard. He was on 98, 98.7 Kids, right? Old school. I'm going old school now, old school. Yeah. I want to say Bugsy was there, and Bugsy has been in my life since I was like 15 years old. We're family, you know. I go back with some of the greats like Larry Smith, who produced Run DMC and Jam Master Jay and Houdini. I'm hip hop at heart. I'm straight hip hop.
You definitely are, sis.
I love it.
At heart, hip hop, and now and gospel now.
Yes.
But I'm old school. For real. Yeah. So Chuck Leonard and Red Alert brought us out back then, and we opened up, and it was amazing. It was at Roseland. It was packed.
Oh,
it was like,
that's
fire. I can only imagine the vibe.
So that was the show, and we you know, people are looking up at us, and I'm reaching out, touching their hand, you know, like I was whoever. But it's something, I mean, I'll never forget that. It was really a great experience. Yeah. And when we first heard it on the radio, it was 1986, I want to say. And my father was in the hospital. He just went into the hospital. I'll never forget. And Tracy had called and said, Lee, we on the radio. And I think this was like in the Frankie Crocker days and all of that. I can't really quite remember. Yeah. But it was like a make it or break it.
Yeah.
And so when I got to the radio, I was like, let me hurry and get it on, you know, dialing the radio. And I get in the station and I heard, we don't like it. My heart dropped to my feet.
Oh.
But it said, but 90% or 97, whatever percent said, we like it. And then they played it again. Boom, boom, boom.
And it was bobbing.
All the neighbors was blasting it, doors open. We was like,
oh my God. I can't imagine. That's probably like the most surreal moment of your life, right?
What?
Wow.
Oh my God.
My thing is, I think this is a good transition too. I think from doing that, I've gotten to know you as a speaker, somebody that's done radio. How did you transition to the poetry and kind of stepping into that light as an artist?
Okay.
More so too.
Okay. Well, let me say this. I started writing poetry when I was 7 years old. Mm-hmm. And the first poem I wrote was "I Wish I Could Be a Star," ironically, right? And I remember it. I wish I could be a star. I would travel near and far. I would travel here and there. I would travel everywhere. It sounds like Dr. Seuss. If I was a star, I'd sing beautiful songs of happiness I'd bring. So that's when I was 7 years old. And then I ended up publishing something. I was in a program at Queens College for Gifted Children when I was 12. And then I kind of put it down. I would always write because I'm the kind of person that if I'm very outspoken, and if I can't speak to you, if I have something I want to say to you, and you're not a person that necessarily is a talker and wants to talk, I'm going to write it down. So maybe in a letter, maybe and even my letters are poetic. I mean, it may be in a letter, it may be in a poem.
Right.
And that's, but I put it down. I did it for me. If I kept it up, I probably would have been Maya Angelou, for real. Me and her would have been like buddies. I'm just saying.
At 7 years old, you manifested your life.
Right.
It came full circle.
Yeah.
And how it came full circle is in 2012, and I was doing comedy back then. I had a big show, August 7th, 2012. Maybe August, that Sunday.
She the date. She remembered that date.
Must have been the 5th. I do remember. Must have been the 5th. And my girlfriend, Lisa Smith, and I, who I grew up with, we went to Manhattan Proper for karaoke on a Sunday night. So I'm singing, but I'm in such pain with my back. I can't stand up straight. And by the end of the night, I was still in that pain. So much so when I came in the house, I was holding on to the wall. It felt like my back was going to crack in half.
Why?
And I was like, so then she said, if you're in this pain by tomorrow, I'm taking you to the hospital. Hence, the next day I couldn't stand up straight, took me to the hospital. 5 days later, I got screws and rods in my back.
What happened?
They removed this. So a few months prior to that, I had seen a doctor. I had was having some pain, and I sprained my ankle. It never got better. And I ended up with something called a drop foot. And I was still wearing heels and still able to get around, but I had a little bit of a hiccup in my walk.
Right.
And so the foot doctor told me, oh, it's coming from your back. Let's send you to a specialist. I go to the specialist, and the specialist says, if you do not get this surgery, you're going to be crippled. And I'm like, what? So the night, fast forward, the night when I'm doing karaoke and I'm having that back pain, I'm like, it's happening. What the doctor
said. You start getting
I ignored him because I was like, whatever. Because you know this is not going to happen.
Right.
And I'm thinking it's happening, and so I had screws and rods in my back. August 7th, they're rolling me out on a gurney, and my girls, Tanise and Tavia, were at the Proper holding it down for me. Talent's hosting, it's packed, standing room only, and that was my last show. And I wasn't there, packed. They calling me. I'm literally on the gurney, and they're like, Lisa, so-and-so. I was like,
oh,
I'm on a gurney. They couldn't even, surgery was like 3:30. I didn't come out back to the floor until 8:30 at night.
Go ahead, Jay, I see you.
I wasn't getting up for whatever reason. My pressure kept going up and down. I don't know. But that was the beginning of stuff to happen that I would never even imagine. So I started working, and I was walking with a brace, and I must have fell over 20 times in 1 year. I said, something is wrong. I've never been diagnosed with anything. Something is wrong. I mean, I would just be walking and go, bam, fall.
Wow.
So I have a file about this thick,
right,
of tests, EMGs, nerve tests, MRIs, and seeing all these doctors, and no one could tell me. They were like, did you have a stroke? I said, no one had a stroke. You tell me. Like, what?
Right.
So after, say, 8-9 years of me having just subtle symptoms, in 2016, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis.
Oh.
So you guys can't tell from this part of me, but when Joe knows, you know, I walk with a cane. I have a brace, something called the AFO brace.
Yeah.
And honestly, for 2 years, I wouldn't even go out. I didn't feel, first of all, if I did go out, I wore long dresses down to my ankles so you wouldn't see the head on the brace. You know,
Right.
I felt very self-conscious because, I mean, I literally could run in a pair of 4-inch heels, and now suddenly I could barely walk. I could barely put on a shoe. So I wear sneakers most of the time. And after about 2 years, one day I just said, you know what? Bump this. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to live. I'm not going to sit here and feel self-conscious and feel like people are watching me. I'm going to live. And I mean, and a lot of what helped me with that is my faith in God, because
Amen.
I know I stand on Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans for hope in the future. I know that there is purpose in my pain, because I'm pushing past my pain into my purpose so I can help somebody else, because I know that had this happened to somebody else, it would have killed them.
Powerful.
But for me, listen, I still show up. I get dressed. I go to black tie fairs. I put on my gown. I get my hair done. I'm like, look at me from the ankles up.
Listen, Lise, when I see you, I want to go to JP and I want to give Tiff a chance to jump back in here. When I saw you in Queens pre-COVID, you definitely had the cane. And you definitely was working through it. You know, I could see you. I could see it in your face. But I think, you know, the strength of a woman is amazing. And I think you're definitely doing that. But definitely, I know y'all want to jump in here. Jay, I know I saw you wanting to say something.
I did. But what you just said, Lisa, just touched me so much. As someone who has family members who also have MS, what I wanted to ask you, because I've completely gone left, but I think this is so important to highlight.
Okay.
The support system within the MS community, I think, is some of the best, and I've seen it continue to grow throughout many years. How we've seen a level of understanding about medications, the way MS can affect different people in different ways, how to check, like, understanding how the lesions work, what other side effects may or may not happen as a result of medications or just the weather changing, and people having to be mindful of that. So if you could, like, expound on that just a little bit, because I think it's just so important, and I would love to.
And then Tiff, you jump in there too.
So this is what it is, right? So first of all, stress for a healthy person is no good. So stress for someone who has multiple sclerosis can cripple you, can put you in a wheelchair, can get you to a point where you're not able to walk. And I'm gonna tell you, I have a frozen shoulder now. My right side is weak. This arm that I'm lifting now is weak. I'm left-handed though, so thank God I could knock somebody out with this. But no. In all seriousness, I have good days and bad days. There's times that I feel great and I can go. But when I don't feel good, I have to shut it down. I have to rest. You have to, gather your strength so you can function another day. And which means many times I've had plans with my girlfriends or whatever to go out. And then at the last minute, my legs are like lead, and I'm like, I have to cancel. And so I started sharing with my besties, this is what I'm going through, because I'm not flaking on you.
Right.
Because I'm not a flake. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. But the truth of the matter is, you have to learn how to listen to your body.
Yeah,
that's right.
Now, there are medications. I'm on this medication called Tysabri. In fact, on Friday, I get an infusion. I get an infusion every 6 weeks, and there's no cure for multiple sclerosis, but it's supposed to prolong the disease so it doesn't take,
Right. Yeah.
But let me just say this. I'm not trying to stay on medication. I am on a mission. I really have strong faith in God, and I'm trusting God. And so my goal is to really understand my body and listen to the Holy Spirit. And God has put me in this situation because he trusts me. And it's not about me. And I have written a book of inspirational poetry. I've written a play, and it's about overcoming adversity and believing in yourself, because whatever situation you're in, wherever you are in this multiple sclerosis world, whether you're in a scooter, wheelchair, cane, or not, because sometimes there is no presentation. Right? Whatever your situation is, God has put gifts in you. You have a gift for the world, to share with the world, to empower them, to encourage them, and let them see that you can overcome anything. I don't care what it is. I am determined. I ain't got to wear no 4-inch heels no more. That's okay. But I'm going to put on a little heel. But I'm working with, I'm getting ready to get back with my personal trainer, because physically you have to keep moving, because your joints stiffen up. You become stiff. And it's all about a mindset. You have to have a positive attitude, a positive mindset, as with anything. And I am a fighter. I've always been a fighter, and you can probably see the energy in me. This is like what you see is what you get. I'm sure my friends are gonna be like, "You off the chain."
Yo, your friends is on Facebook right now. Shout out to Karen. Shout out to Christina. Everybody, Valerie, Latoya. Everybody in here showing love. First of all, shout out to you. You already know that. Yeah. I want to give you your flowers. But I know Tiff. I know you want to jump in there, Tiff. I see you. I see you over there. Anything you want to say, jump in there. Go ahead.
I just want to say that you are such an inspiration. To hear your whole backstory and to now hear this, and to see, as a woman, we deal with so much just as women in general, healthy women, Black women, and to know that you are dealing with this this condition, and you have so much power, so much vigor, and it is just like, you inspire me, because every day, I struggle with my own stuff, like anxiety and depression, and I'm getting old, so my joints are stiff. I'm ready to go take an MS test right now. You know what I mean? But it's just like, you are so inspiring, and your story is so powerful, and you're beautiful. You're beautiful. There's a comedian, I forget her name. I can't think of her name. You might know her. She struggles with MS too, and she has a whole bit about having sex, and her MS starts acting up, and it's just so funny. And it's funny that you have
is it Pretty Ricky? Comedy. Is it Pretty Ricky? It's not Pretty Ricky. Yes, Pretty Ricky. Yes. Pretty Ricky.
She has this whole bit about when her MS start acting up while she's having sex and stuff like that. So
I can't speak to that because I don't do those things.
Oh, okay.
So I'm saved, and so
amen.
So I can't speak to that. Forget about sex. I want to run. I want to walk. I want to feel good.
There you go, sis. Yep. Well,
so when you said you wrote this poem at 7 years old,
yes,
right? And then you talk about your life up until today, and that was a manifestation. I was just talking to my daughter this morning, and she's talking to me about shifting and energy and frequency and manifestations, and she's been talking about manifestations and manifesting a new life and a future for herself, and how she does it at the beach, and she's 16. So to hear her talk like this, and then I'm talking to you, and at 7 years old, you did a whole manifestation in your poetry and didn't even know it, and everything came full circle. It's just like, God wants me to hear this, so I'm glad to speak to you today, to hear your story.
And at the end of the day, it's not about me. It is about the God in me. That's not a cliche. That's real. And I can tell you, because I have experience.
That's a fact.
When I was younger, listen, I was at the disco fever. I was a fever believer. I was. I was up in the Bronx where the people are fresh. I was from Queens. But I mean, like I said, hip hop, and people have a misconception. They think if you're a Christian and you're living holy that you're boring or your life is boring, and that's not true. I have a purpose. There's a purpose in my life, and I love people, and my goal, especially all people, but young people particularly now, and why I'm working in education now. and I went from being a graduate admissions counselor at NIAC to being a engineer, operator, announcer at York College Radio, which I absolutely love.
I was on that show. It's fun. I love it. I love you on
Laugh Therapy. Yeah, Kenny and I have started our own show called Laugh Therapy. I mean, we've been on hiatus because of this COVID thing, but I am now doing more production. But I love it because I'm sharing my knowledge with the young people, empowering them, and they're making it happen. They're doing it, and they're doing big things, and I love it. I love it. I love it. To be able to share your knowledge, your wisdom with someone, and they take it and run with it. Yep. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. So there's still value in my life.
Yep.
And that's just one piece of it.
I think what you're doing is for me, it's inspiring. Like Tiff said, like, you know, I mean, I do this show because I'm inspired by, I think, people that have done things before me. A lot of the experiences, you know, come and step into that light through that. So for me, meeting you and being on here, and I got you for another like 5 or 6 minutes. Give me one.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Here, Lisa. Here's your flowers.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. I want to say this. You're a poet. Give me one piece. If you got one. Give me one right now because
she got two. She said she got two.
All right, so go ahead. Got two.
Okay.
Give us two. Go ahead.
This one, let me do this one. I'm gonna start off with this one. This one is called Pause.
Okay.
And pause is basically what the whole world has been, you know, we were put on pause, right? Yeah. Because of this COVID-19, right? Okay, so my life has been put on pause in a sense to get closer to God, just get closer to Him. My days are now longer than my nights, and I'm happy at home without a fuss or a fight. Now I spend quality time with Him at home. It's truly a blessing having Him with me. I'm not alone. I grow in Him daily. God builds me up, providing all my needs and strengthening me with His love. I'm chasing after the heart of God, pursuing my purpose for His kingdom, trusting in His Holy Spirit for discernment and wisdom. My faith is in Jesus and continues to increase while I go through the trial. My God gives me peace. And in these trials, there's joy in my heart while the Master's at work, perfecting what He started. So trust me, it's good to follow His laws. And I'm happy He's keeping me while my life is on pause.
Can I get the
poetry?
claps?
Y'all supposed to do poetry.
I need the snaps in the comments. Before she go any further, I need the snaps. Afterthought podcast. We just got a live performance from the OG Lisa Ray. I need some. Yes, give me them hearts in them comments. That's right. Shout out to Rima, Terrence, Patrick. Come on, sis. Go ahead. That was fire.
So thank you so much. And that's all God. God gave me all of these poems. Let me tell you. And I have a book. It's a book of inspirational poetry. It's called Angel's Heart Guided by Light. That's the angel. Here's my logo, y'all. Angel's Heart. Angel's Heart. Angel's Heart Guided by Light. And I recently started a foundation over COVID. Over the, being home, Angels Hearts for Hope Foundation to bring awareness to multiple sclerosis. I wrote a play called Life is Poetic. It's about overcoming adversity. I've been doing speaking engagements, but it's getting ready to be on and popping for real. It is. I'm going to provide scholarships for our community, for our people who are underserved. So whether you're a parent like myself, when my son was graduating high school, who was afflicted with multiple sclerosis, I'm going to provide substantial scholarships. I'm putting it out there for our community, for the parent that has MS or for the young person that has MS and is going to college. I want to do that for them. And I want to talk about it in our community because we don't talk about it. So that's my mission, really quick. I also am the vice president of communication for a nonprofit called One World Fest Global. And you can look that up as well. And it's about bringing other cultures together, understanding that as much as we're different, we all want the same things. Yeah. So we are working on a global fest next year to bring different cultures under one umbrella. Yeah. And we'll be doing that through food, music, language, and art and technology. And I wrote a poem called One World which speaks about, again, what we're dealing with with the social injustices. Because let me just say it real quick. Let me just do it.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay. My complexion shouldn't matter, nor the language that I speak. And you shouldn't judge me on my ethnicity. You see, I was created to be unique. Outside beauty reflected on the inside of me. Full of love and passion to be the best that I can be. I appreciate you, so why not appreciate me? We are all one world, a part of the human race. Wherever you go, whatever you do, there will be things you don't want to face. One world, no hate, limitless in love. One world, embracing our sons and daughters. Resist useless chatter. One world of peace, because all lives do matter. So let's use wisdom, knowledge, and understanding too, because one world represents me and one world represents you. We are all one world.
You better come on. You better hold on. Y'all better clap it
like
up.
that.
Hold on. Give her some more love than
Buy
that.
the book. It's on Amazon. Buy the book and you can get it from me.
Let me say this.
What's the name of the book again?
What's the name? Yep, I was gonna say that. What's the name of the book?
Angel's Heart. Angel's Heart.
Come on now.
Heart. Guided by Light. And
Listen.
my hashtag.
Guided by Light.
Yes.
All right,
Hold on. Let me set you up. I need everybody in the comments right now. On Facebook. Shout out to the Afterthought podcast. We are live. I'm with
Shout
JP
out
and
to the
Tiff.
Afterthought podcast.
We got Lisa Ray. She's on here right now. She's been kicking it with us. I need y'all to follow her. Tell them your website, by the way. Tell them where to find you.
Okay, so I have a website, angelray.org, and it's a blog, and you can learn about me and my story, and I put different things. I write brand new poems and put it in there, or I speak about things that are close to my heart. I am on Instagram with @real_Lisa Ray on Instagram.
Yes.
And on Facebook, I'm Angel Ray on Facebook.
There it is.
The book is on Amazon, and you can contact me directly.
Oh, I'm gonna order a book when we get off of here. But did you say your son was afflicted by MS too?
No.
Oh, okay.
Thank you,
I'm
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
The Jesus.
No.
I didn't even want to ask that question, but I thought that's what.
No, it's all love. It's all love.
No.
I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
I'm gonna do this. We were talking about it before the show. The whole crew at the Afterthought. We got to come on your show, whether it's York College. I know you do the Zooms as well. I know you do the platforms virtually. We would love to come on your platform and show love and reciprocate that back. You know. So
I would love to have you guys. And this is the thing. So the show that we have at York, it's YC on Purpose, and that is hosted by Mr. Jeremiah Duffy. He is a journalism major, and he's phenomenal. And these are young people that go to the college, and they're doing a phenomenal job. So I would love to speak to them and have you guys come on as guests on their show. They're doing it. They're doing great things.
Definitely.
Shout out to York College, and everybody continuing their education. The goal is to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
The goal is to keep moving forward.
Listen, I just want to say I appreciate you. Go ahead, right? No, I appreciate everybody checking in. All the fans, all the people that you know in here, people, the real supporters that really follow what you do, and you know, at the end of the day, it's opening up to people that I know. So I really appreciate you taking out the time on a late night. You know, it's late. You know, I know you. You know what I'm saying? But I thank you for coming on. I need y'all to give her a big warm. Just show her some love right now. Start clapping, throw her up.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys.
Yes.
Please continue to share about my story.
Yes.
Send them to my website. Send them to my Facebook. Send them to my Instagram. I'm accessible. I'm getting people reaching out to me that have been afflicted with MS who are encouraged by my story, and it's a blessing.
I'm going to reach out to you because I have some family members who dealt with this very similar, same treatment, working to do things within the community as well. And the better we pool our resources and the more we know, the better we get to a solution to help us be great. So you'll get a message from me soon, Lisa.
Yeah.
And let me just say this. Shout out to MS Finest. That's a group I meet with in Cambria Heights. And they're doing Zoom right now, but you know, I can't wait to get back with them. Some of them are on on Facebook Live right now, tuned in. Shout out to MS Finest. Love you guys.
Yo, Lisa, I thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. It was nice.
Lisa, we're gonna be in touch. The whole crew. We're gonna follow up.
We will.
We're gonna go dancing. We're gonna go dancing.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Be safe. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, you too. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
Yes,
Have
make
a
some
good night.
noise.
God
For
bless.
Lisa Ray, show her some love. Come on, y'all.
Yes.
Afterthought podcast. Clap it up
Thank
for
you.
her.
You're welcome.
That's how we doing it, y'all.
Wow.
Yeah, that was dope.
She's
Wow.
amazing.
She is.
Her energy, I feel like I need to go do some shit. She's doing a whole lot of stuff. You know what? I'll be right back. I got some other shit I gotta go do while I'm doing this.
I think it's dope. What you think, Jay?
She's like Beyonce.
I'm inspired. I'm inspired. And
Yes.
you know, Joe, it just only reinforces why we're so blessed to have this platform to continue to inform, educate, inspire.
Yeah.
And we realize that so many people who we come across, our worlds are way more similar than they are different. And if
Yes.
we learn to start appreciating that and understanding that, hopefully this world might be a better place. And hopefully the energy that we can give you as hosts with our guests can help you understand and see that as well. That's all.
And don't it feel good just to connect with dope people? You know,
Yes.
and shout out to everybody.
Her
for the
energy is
check-in.
everything.
Energy is everything.
Everything.
And I think for us, you know, our energy is amazing. This is the Afterthought podcast. When I tell you we are cooking with fish grease, I'm telling you, we are here. So let me set this transition up right.
Oh boy.
I got a nice intro. I got a nice intro for this next guest. But before I do that, make sure you follow us. We on Anchor.fm. If you want to sponsor the show, $1 a month, $5 a month. We got 2 sponsors right now. Check it out. Anchor.fm/the Afterthought podcast. Sponsor the show. We got another guest coming in right now. This brother right here, what more can I say? This is one of Detroit's funniest. You see them on BET Comic View, BET, everything. He's been on Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio. Bad Boys of Comedy Zone. Mr. Howie Bell is coming in right now. Oh, whoa, hold up.
Hey, what's going on?
Hold up. I got the theme song for you. Howie Bell is in here. Ladies and gentlemen, give him an Afterthought podcast welcome right now. I'm with the gang. I just want to say this. You look like you just fired 2 niggas in the background. Are you in the middle of a meeting? What's going on, Pippin?
Well, you know, that's actually my audience, nigga. So,
Okay.
we trying to social distance.
Yes, he ain't got on no socks. Come on, Howie.
They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about what's going on with this right here. We just trying to fit in when we can. I said, why don't y'all just come in here? They were like, we got shit to do. I was like, all right.
Oh God.
That's his audience.
That's funny. How you feeling, brother? How you feeling, brother? How you feeling?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing
How
good,
are
man.
you? Can you zoom in just a little bit? I can't see you.
You can't see me?
No, you seem so far away.
Do I? What about now?
I put the spotlight on. There we go. There you go. You got that. Every time I see you, you always looking healthy. You always taking care of yourself. You got that Carl Herrera, Action Jackson fro right now. From the Predator. You know, you my nigga though, but you always keeping it. You always keeping it Triller. But for those that don't know, comedian, actor, extraordinaire writer, dope dude. I've known this brother for a minute now, and just how you feeling? Talk to the people. Give me a wellness check here at the Afterthought. We got to check in first before we get to business. How you feeling? How you living?
Hey, look, I'm good, as you can tell. You know what I'm saying? I'm at one of my various dugout hideout studios.
Right.
You know, I'm in Detroit, Michigan. Without the D, baby. So
Shout to the 313. Shout to the 313.
I've been quarantining with them. We've been together for 3 months. In this room, right here. We all been together right here for 3 months. No, man, I'm good, man. No, Joe, I'm good, man. You know me, man.
I know.
You know
I gotta make sure you good. You know, it's not
man,
only.
it's a revolution, brother. You know
What's your shirt say? What's your shirt say? Put it back up there.
It's a revolution right here, brother. You
There
know
you
what I'm
go.
saying? Police reform, judicial reform, financial reform. Let's go. We all in this together. Hey, and this is a Chicago shirt.
Word. So I know, I already know. And you know what? I think that's a perfect segue. You know, we want to talk about the serious shit before we get into the funny. Breonna Taylor's family just settled for about $12 million. And I've been dying to ask you this shit all day. You know me. I've been dying to get your take on it.
Yeah.
Real shit. What you think of that? Is that justice? How you feeling about that settlement?
I mean, what is it? It's money, man. What is money? Money ain't shit right now. That shit about to be all over with anyway. So
Right.
it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Money is nothing right now.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So what are we talking about?
Mm-hmm.
$12 million? All right. So and what now?
Mm-hmm.
That's it, right? We supposed to forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it. We just they playing us cheap. You know what I'm saying? They playing us cheap, man. You know, we got to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? I get it. We need the money. You know what I'm saying? But that's still not a lot of money. If you really think about it.
$12 million is not enough money.
Yeah, that's not a lot of money. Not for nobody's life. You know what I'm saying? And then you think, yeah, they should have got $100 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They get basketball players that money.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So go ahead and give up the real money. If you're gonna give up some money, give the real money up.
Yep.
And $12 million, that wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
yeah.
So what do I feel about it? I don't feel nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just felt like they played us cheap and they got over and they went for it and hey, that's that. You know what I'm saying? And no convictions, no arrests, no nothing.
That's the justice. We need a conviction.
Yeah.
Right.
We need a harsh sentence.
I agree. I'm holding out hope.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
I'm holding out hope that we can still see that because while this was a civil case, there still needs to be a legal, there still needs to be not just the civil, we need the real legal. We need the judiciary system to come down really hard, show that justice will be served. We need to see that these politicians or local DAs are not afraid to bring up charges against their buddies in those local police forces because that justice still needs to be served. And there's no way any dollar sign, like you all said, will equate to it. And it doesn't mean that just because they received the dollar sign that the energy should stop. We still got to keep going. That's all.
I'm gonna say this.
We
go ahead, Howie.
We talking about killing the beast, man. It's hard, man.
Yeah.
People going y'all trying to kill the beast. We going in there. Ain't no police telling no police and doing all that stuff. Everybody keep talking about. Even this shirt right here. I'm doing it for support, man. It's not really going down like that. How people think it's going down. It's a war, man.
I want to ask you.
Hey man, listen. That's why I'm having fun, laughing, and having.
Exactly.
Jokes, brother. You know
First of all, shout out to Howie with the BBQ Texas size drink from BBQ's.
Yeah, he got the BBQ's drink.
Let me talk to one of my audience members. What did you put it?
No, that's
weed juice and
shout out to y'all.
Weed juice and absolute.
Weed juice and absolute.
Listen,
oh my God.
I want to ask you this, Howie. You know, Tiff and I go back and forth always about Kamala Harris, Joe Biden. Is it better? Is it worse for the country? We're not sure yet. We got to see. But I want to know, from your opinion, how do you feel about that administration and what they're trying to do in terms of change? Because I know you are big on, social awareness and change and everything.
Oh my God, I'm laughing because I just had this conversation with one of my audience members here. I swear to God, not even fucking 20 minutes ago. We just had a conversation, man. This is crazy. I don't feel nothing again. I don't feel nothing. I mean, it's Democrat, Republican. We were just talking about this. There's a fence there, but the fence is invisible for them, but the fence is only visible for us. So they're both the same. So it doesn't matter of who's, winning the championship that year. They're all in the same league. Yeah. We got to stop looking at them like they're different. They're really not. You know what I'm saying? So they're winning the same. So what is it better? Yeah. He said,
What they say? They said I like my
he was
racist.
showing me,
Racist.
he was trying. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you up, but he was showing me. But I remember, do you want a covert or overt
Yes.
race?
That's what I said. I like my racist. I'd rather know that you are racist. Don't smile in my face and bullshit around. I like Trump because he say, I don't like Trump. Let's fix that. I like that he say exactly what he feel like saying, whether it's a bunch of bullshit or it's some truth or it's bigotry. He just say whatever. He's not trying to be politically correct.
He does. But let me say this to you. And I told him this. I said I like overt racism as well. You know, I want to know where you're coming from. But at the same time, when you change the guards, at least you get some kind of crumbs out of it. And I hate to sound like that. Because that's all we get is crumbs anyway.
That's real. That's real.
You know what I'm saying? But when you change the guards, at least you get something. And my man was like, well, them crumbs might not, they may fall on the ground. They may fall on your shirt. You may not never get them. That's true. You know what I'm saying? But at least there's something there. If you don't change the guards, I believe it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. I don't think it's going to get better. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't care how much money you think you got from Trump or whatever you think you got off the PPPs and all your EIDLs and your stimulus packages and all this grant money you think you got off this shit. Let me tell you something. Don't let that motherfucking shit fool you. Because all that is a facade right there.
It is.
I hear people say that, I might vote for Trump. I can get this bread. I ain't made more money ever. Shut up.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? What's the difference between you making that? What's the difference between 0 and 20,000?
Yep.
It's really nothing. Only.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. The only difference between 0 and 20,000 is that you get a chance to at least buy yourself something to eat without thinking about it. How much you That's the only difference.
But that's true though.
That's nothing there. There's no money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody get excited about $10,000-$20,000. That's not a lot of money. So let's start figuring out how we gonna move forward and get out of this mind frame that we in because we're in a different world right now.
I want to ask you this.
To answer your question, I don't know.
I want to ask you this real quick. First of all, what science classroom are you in right now? What is that, 302 homeroom right now? Number two, I know what's some of the things you've been doing to stay sharp? A lot of times, there's a lot of things and people that have been affected by the pandemic, but just talk to us as a comedian, writer, businessman, what you've been doing to stay sharp.
I work on my comedy show on the radio every week.
Right.
So it's called the Stand Up Show with Howie Bell, and it's on Marcus King Presents Comedy on Radio. So I do that. I edit my own show and produce it. So I do that every week, and it takes me at least 3 days minimum to do it every week. So I'm always, in the creative mode and always in that frame of mind. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I am doing some shows too. I'm very careful. I went to Chicago a couple weeks ago, and I'm doing some things, as far as stand-up goes, but more for the most part, I'm doing my radio show and I'm dedicated to that full time and I'm rocking and rolling with that right now. So
Nice. Go ahead, y'all. I mean, I got my co-host here, my squad. You can't do nothing without a team. Shout out to the Afterthought podcast, JP, Tiff. I'm gonna open it up to them. We're big fans of yours as fans of comedy and me being a peer in the game of comedy. But I want to open it up to my co-host to throw their questions out there to you and kind of pick your brain a little bit.
No doubt.
Jay?
So how long have you been doing comedy? And what inspires you to do comedy?
Shit. I've been doing comedy since 1900. 1900. And motherfuckers start talking like that. It's a long time. 1900. 95. I started in 95. And I was always doing plays and stuff like that. I started in the theater first. So,
wow.
That's what, kind of bounced me into comedy with the help of my brother, Tony Roney, who kind of, sprung me into it. So, so that kind of was that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I jumped into it. I thought it was going to be easy. It wasn't, like everybody else to start doing comedy, you know what I'm saying? So as I bombed my way up the ladder, I started
up the ladder, though. Up the ladder.
Bombed my way up the ladder, and I started figuring out how to do it, and here we are. So that's 25 years.
But what was your worst bomb? Can you remember the one of your worst bombs?
Oh yeah, I remember every bomb. You don't forget bombs. Who forgets a bomb? Unless you just like one of the people like you got total blackout. You're like, I just not gonna remember this. I was it's funny because I just told this story not long ago, so it's fresh on my mind.
Was it 20 minutes ago?
Not 20 minutes ago.
Right.
Within the last 30 days.
Wow.
I was in Portland hanging out with Rasheed Wallace, the ex-NBA basketball player. Yeah.
Back when they were the Jailblazers?
Back when he was with Portland, back when he was with the Trailblazers. And my boy Ramon Brent, man, which is my dog, man, introduced me to Sheed. Actually, they coming to Detroit this week, man. It's funny. We're talking about them. They'll be in Detroit in a couple of days. But so, hanging out with them, this is like when I first met Rasheed. And Gabrielle Union was there. Anthony Anderson was there. And I was there as the comedian guy. You know what I'm saying? And I only had like a year of BET Comic View under my belt. So I thought I was, doing something.
You was feeling good. You was feeling good.
Yeah, feeling good, smelling myself. So we went and hung out at this little poetry spot. And Rasheed was like, hey, man, you should go up. You know what I'm saying? All the people there, all that shit. And I'm like, all right, shit, I'll go up. It's packed. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, I'm about to kill this. Poetry spot? You know what I'm saying? So I go up. So it's a guy playing bongo. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like one of them spots with the real African dudes, the real
little percussion, all the percussion.
Yeah, super conscious spot. You know what I'm saying? So I go up. I'm like, hey, man, what's up? Hey, everybody, they like, yeah, they like, comedian. They already wasn't feeling it was comedian. So I was like, hey, what's up? Hey. So my first one or two bits, and somebody in the back, it was a girl, I remember very distinctly, was like, oh, man, get out of here. And I was like, shut up, bitch.
You said bitch at a poetry spot.
Let me tell you, at a poetry spot? My man with the bongos stopped playing. He was like, yo, we don't do that here. We don't do that, man. What you doing, man? And then the crowd was like, boo. Man, I laughed, man. Guys, they booed me, cut my mic off, everything.
You can't say bitch at the poetry.
Damn, Howie, they was ready to cast you out. They was ready to get your ass.
They hated me.
Out of there.
Let me tell you, I walked off the stage and walked over, and I was in such a shell shock because I had never bombed like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh my God. In front of those people too, that made it so deep. So like Anthony Anderson was like, hey man, come here, man. He was like, drink this. I was like, what is that? He was like, this is a French connection. He was like, you need it. I was like, all right, man. I struck it and he laughed. He said, man, what the hell did you just do?
Turn the whole club. That's how you're not supposed to turn the club again.
I'm going to tell you something. Anthony Anderson, every time I see him, he brings his story up. Every single time. Now, I bombed another hard bomb. I bombed on Comic View before. You know what I'm saying?
God.
Yeah, I had bombed on Comic View. I did Comic View 6 times, and one of them times I bombed. And I went up after Arnaz J.
Oh.
He's got too much energy for me.
Yeah, listen. And look, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready to follow that. You know what I'm saying? And he went up, and he did 30 minutes, though. He was going to do 6-7 minutes.
Well,
he wound up doing his whole special, for BET.
Wow.
And they brought me up, unknowingly, though. And they brought me up right after him. Man, I ate it. You know what I'm saying? I probably got about 1 or 2 laughs. But for TV, that was a bomb.
It'd be like that, though. I think that's a part of the game. I think
I'm going to tell you something, man. While we talking about bombing, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to let you go.
Nah, go ahead. You good. Go ahead.
But bombing, it develops you in a way that you don't even understand. If you can just put all your bombs, that shit is like a precious metal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a diamond. You feel me? Because it's like if you learn it from every experience, because every time you get on stage is different. So I don't care if you're in the backyard or you at a bar mitzvah, barbecue, on stage, a comedy show. I don't care where you at, on Zoom. I don't care where you at. If you doing it, you learn it every time. So if you do bad, it really teaches you, like, man, nah, you don't do that.
Oh yeah.
So your bombs, man, supposed to add up to good things. In other words, and that's
No, I think you're right. Go ahead, Jay. JP, I know you want to get in there. No.
I just wanted to ask you, Howie, when you talked about no matter where you go, one thing I've always appreciated about like comedians, entertainers, athletes, etc., there's always different places or cities where you travel where you're like, when I go here, I know the energy here is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
It's like how, when guys say, I want to play in the Garden, or Joe would tell you, like, comedians be like, I got to touch that stage at Caroline's when I'm in New York. Like, what cities or what places are most memorable for you? Like I love going there, or when I'm in this place, in this city, or this venue.
I've been doing this shit so long, so many. Slades in Boston with my man Jonathan Gates.
Oh yeah.
One of the best spots, in the country. Touré had a spot.
Yes, Philly.
That
Shout out
just,
to Touré.
Yeah. Warm Daddies. That just I think if I'm not mistaken, he said they shut it down.
And Punchline Philly. He's out there doing that too.
Punchline Philly, great spot, great, awesome spot. So many, man. The Indianapolis is always a great city in particular. You know what I'm saying? To go to, they love comedy. Seattle is one of my favorite places to ever do comedy. Shouts out to my man Nate Jackson, my frat brother, Root to the Q's. And he's incredible, man. You know what I'm saying? He's incredible. In Seattle, just in general, is a great place. Seattle, Tacoma area, that area, man. Minneapolis, to be honest, Minnesota. It's funny how all this racial stuff and all stuff jumped off, and I just remember going to do comedy there so many times, and it was incredibly great. I thought it was one of the best interracial cities I'd ever been to. And when you go to Minneapolis, like that St. Paul, Minneapolis area, it's real diverse. And it's crazy. It's kind of ironic that all this shit jumped off in that area. You know what I'm saying? I think about a lot of shit as a traveler, especially as a traveling comedian.
Right.
And I've been to a lot of cities. So I'm like, man, I know these places. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These good people. So it's hard when you see, images and things like that, in the media and things like that. It's hard to, But anyway, a lot of cities, man. A lot of great cities. I've been scared of a lot of cities and still did good. Scared to go to Miami. That whole southern Florida area is hard to do comedy down there. I'd be scared to do comedy down there. Still do good, but I'd be nervous every time I go. So, but that's a great place. Atlanta is a great place to do comedy.
Oh yeah.
You never know where you're gonna end up at. What kind of place there? You can be doing comedy at a strip club in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whole different setup down there.
It is.
I got a good question for you. I got two more, and then we gonna wrap it up. The first one is, who's the funniest person in your family, Howie? I know you definitely have an inspiration, and you draw from a lot of experiences as a kid through your stand-up. And I followed you. My son has watched your stand-up and think you are fucking hilarious, especially when you talk about and can relate and talk about your son. But who is the funniest person? What do you draw from in your family?
My father, man. Rest in heaven. That was my dude, man. He was hysterical. He was one of the funniest guys I know. He tried to be like Richard Pryor too, though, because he was from that era too. So he tried to be like Richard Pryor. You know what I mean? Now that the older I get, I'm like, my daddy was trying to be like Richard Pryor, but he was funny, man. Mm-hmm. He was hysterical, man. He was one of the most, just a funny guy. You know what I'm saying? Just in general, he always had a story for you. And that was my, I talk about my mean granny. That was her son. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. He was the oldest of four children of the Bell family. You know what I'm saying? So but Yeah, man. My daddy, man. I could say he had the most. Everybody is funny. You know what I'm saying? But you know. So I just sat back. I looked at my family overall, and they just did a lot of stupid ass. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, I was like, when I remember like being a kid, like I was never gonna do that. You know what I mean? I just looked at them, and I didn't know I was gonna be a comedian. But I just looked at them like they look crazy doing that. Why are they doing that? You know what I'm saying? I just So.
I got a sleeper bonus question. You know, me and you have been sharing stories for a couple months now, just working together with either the concourse panel, and I always ask one sleeper question, something folks didn't know about you, and I need you to tell a story about your baker experience back when you was, one of your weirdest jobs. You used to be a baker. Down south.
Are you talking about when I was working at the Cracker Barrel? Yeah.
You worked at
I wasn't a baker.
Barrel?
Listen, I wasn't a baker. That was
a
listen. If I was the baker,
Cracker Barrel?
My fault. I thought you said you was a baker. My fault.
No, I was a dishwasher.
Okay. It might have been a black baker. It might have been a black baker. Maybe.
Yeah, I talked about a black baker. It was a big, fat, black, gay guy. That was and he was a guy that he worked there. Me and him was the only two black people that worked there. You know what I'm saying? So, they looked at me like I was a punk too. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but I was a dishwasher. They made me wash walls and all kind of crazy, man. I remember quitting 2 weeks is all it took for me. You know
he said 2 weeks.
Because he was super racist, man. This is South Carolina. You gotta understand, Columbia, South.
Oh goodness!
Listen, I worked at the Cracker
Barrel.
The Cracker Barrel.
South Carolina.
Rolling niggas in.
I remember going to my manager like, "Hey, man, you think I could, possibly maybe move up to be like a host, something like that?" Or he was like, "Nah, I don't think that's gonna happen."
With the accent.
Like, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm leaving.
I'm out of here.
I remember thinking to myself, I'm better than this.
Fuck this shit.
I was young, but I was like, I'm better than this. I don't need this. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Detroit, so I was a city boy, so he probably hated me anyway.
Yeah.
Talk like that, so
Yo, somebody in the comments said, where do you draw your comedy from? Like, who's somebody you would compare yourself to in your stand-up? I've been getting that a lot. A couple questions in the comments on Facebook. Who's somebody that you draw from or that you kind of align yourself with in comedy, Howie?
Man, I draw from a lot of people, man. A lot of comments. I'm gonna tell you who I used to really love listening to as a kid. It's a few of them. Of course, Richard Pryor, just a no-brainer. I would listen to him. Eddie Murphy too. I've listened to a lot of Eddie Murphy. But who I really started gravitating to before I even knew that I would do comedy. Of course, I didn't know it was comedy. But Sam Kinison. One of my favorite comedians as a kid. Like, I really enjoy him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I got a little older. I loved Rodney Dangerfield too. You know.
Yes.
What I'm saying?
Shout out to Dangerfields in New York City. That's my home club.
Man, Rodney Dangerfield was so funny to me. He was just incredibly funny. But then when the older I got, and I started like kind of listening to more comedy, understood what it was. Robin Harris.
Oh yeah. You look like you're doing the biopic for Robin Harris right now, nigga.
Oh man, yeah. Robin Harris is who I really, you know what I'm saying, really looked at. You know, that was my guy right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you remind me of Robin Harris and Bernie Mac.
Well, only with the hair with Bernie Mac. Because if I Bernie Mac is incredible. That's one of the greatest ever.
Yeah, this is dope. Like I said, we on the Afterthought podcast live. Shout out to everybody on the Facebook. Somebody said, first time seeing you, Howie, with hair. I guess they used to the Michael Jordan Last Dance era edition of Howie Bell. But he's growing it out. You know what I'm saying? He got a pick. I seen him in the picture with a pick the other day.
Yeah, I got a pick somewhere. I don't know where it's at now.
Oh, wow.
But
and it's my shit too. You know, this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Little salt and pepper flow.
A little salt and pepper going, you know.
Yeah. Now I'll leave it open for anybody that want to ask a question on the Facebook or my co-host Tiff or Jay. Y'all want to ask it before we get Howie out of here.
Yeah, man, we chilling, man.
Well, they asked the question because I was gonna ask what comedian does he, that he
Yeah.
draws from.
Yo,
I was gonna
hold
ask that question.
on. I know you watch sports, Howie. You know, a lot of times we write shit on Facebook a little prematurely.
Yes, we do. And you should never do that ever.
Listen, sometimes we are triggered by emotion.
Let me tell you something. I promise you, doing something prematurely is something that you should never do, especially when it's going to go down in history on social media.
Yes.
You should never do that.
Yes.
Predict all that.
Yo.
Why would one do that?
Here's the funny part.
No, what were you saying?
I wasn't even in the crib. Let me say this. For those that's tuned in on the Facebook, this is my guy, Howie. You know, we follow each other. I'm on Facebook, and a lot of times, you know, I wasn't at home yet when the game was on. You know, I was in Cali, and I was on my way, and I saw on your Facebook, by the way you wrote that post on Facebook, he said, and I quote, "The Detroit Lions is killing right now. I'm proud of my team. These niggas is going to the Super Bowl." And I said, what? I looked at the scores when I got it. These niggas lost by 7. I said, this nigga Howie.
They lost by 4.
But it was a good game, though. It was a good game, though. It was a shootout.
Let me tell you something. The Lions gave that game away. They gave up 21 points in the fourth quarter.
Yo.
We got a horrible coach. I don't know who loves these New England Patriots. Wannabe coaches, but they all horrible. You know what I'm saying?
It's a fact. I gotta ask you this though too. School's opening back up. I'm not sure how it is in D-Town with, you know, remote versus in-person learning, but out here, you know, you get to opt out or opt in to sending your kids.
Yeah.
I know you're a parent. What's the situation like with, you know, your kids and how you feel about that?
I got 2 kids. So I got, you know, one of them that's in school and one of them that's doing home. So I'm a teacher right now. So I'm a teacher.
Technically.
Yeah. I was a substitute before, but now I'm if I don't get some kind of certificate from this, damn it. But I'm teaching at home, homeschooling, and then I'm a worried parent about COVID as well with my daughter, my other daughter. I got two girls, you know what I'm saying, and one of them in school. So it's rough.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What do you think about Candace Owens and Cardi B going back and forth with one another?
Ooh. Politician versus the Bronx.
You don't think nothing?
Nothing, really.
Nothing?
Because both of them to me are, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like I
was like, I don't know. I mean,
I don't care about either one of them. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel you on that.
Like, it's like 2 people you don't like fighting. You're like,
Right? You laugh.
I don't care who wins or loses. This one.
Go ahead, Jay. Get in there.
Quick question for Howie, because I know you've been a part of a lot of projects, written, helped produce things. 25 years in the game. If there's a dream project that you could produce, or something that, or a lineup that you would want to be on with a slew of other comedians, like what's that for you after having spent so much time in the game? Like, what's that for you?
Great question, Jay.
I would love to do a film with all of the comics that are really currently doing comedy right now. I'm talking about from the open micers to our A-list guys and gals out there.
Oh, that would be nice.
I mean, like
that would, right, Tiff?
You know, take it back like a Car Wash or a type movie or any of those other older movies, you know, Harlem Nights or, you know, any of those kind of movies where there's a lot of comics. But more than those, you know, more than that, like every single person from the cashier to the extras damn near are comics. You know what I'm saying?
That would be dope.
That would be dope, and I think that's the kind of project that I would love to be. That would be a dream project for me to do. As far as that's concerned. But I also have a project now that I'm working on that, and it's called the Center of
Perfect segue.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. It's called the Center for African American Comedy Culture, and so this is the first Black comedy museum in the country. It's going to be here in Detroit. And it's going to also have a showroom in it as well.
Nice.
It's going to be a comedy museum like no other. It's going to be just like any museum you would go to the Smithsonian or Any museum, the African American Museum in DC, any museum you go to, it's gonna be on that level.
Yeah.
We got a lot of things in store for it, and that's my baby for life though right now.
Yeah.
And that's been something that's been in the works for a little while, but now it's getting some legs. So that's why I can say it now. You know what I'm saying? Because,
Definitely, it's safe. It's safe.
Yeah. So the Center for African American Comedy Culture, and everybody that's a part of comedy and a part of anything dealing from actors to our writers to our directors to our performers are going to be showcased in this museum.
Nice.
Yo,
I want to visit that.
I was gonna say, yeah, you one of the realest dudes I know and ever met in general. And we still, getting to know more about each other as we go on through this pandemic and life at the same time. I just want to say thank you, my brother, just for just always rocking with your boy in general. Being on this panel, being on this virtual show, coming on here tonight, taking the time out. How can they follow you? How can they support you? How can they stay updated on what you're doing? Tell the people right now.
Definitely, man. You guys want to always, every Thursday on the East Coast, it's from 6 to 7. On the West Coast, it's from 3 to 4. Every Thursday, you go to Dash Radio. You go ahead. You don't even have to download Dash Radio, but you go to dashradio.com. And you can go there, and you can go to Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy and my show, boom, every Thursday, the stand-up show with your boy Howie Bell. Every Thursday, consistently.
Yes.
And at what time? Is there a specific time?
Yes, Pacific, PST, it is 3 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you said that.
Yeah, and on the East Coast, it's from 6 to 7. So it's our
Yeah.
Okay.
And
it's Pacific time. Yeah. Or like, Mountain time. Make sure you get your times right, too.
Yeah, make sure to get the times right. Yeah. But 3 to 4 on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying?
3 to 4 on the West Coast.
That's right.
Got
6
you.
to 7 on the East Coast. Every Thursday, though. That's important.
And 6 to 7 on the East Coast.
Every single Thursday. But listen to Dash Comedy anyway. You go to Dash Radio, go to Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. It's a really good station. It showcases a lot of comics. A lot of our peers are on there. It's a really good show. I mean, a really good station in general. So my show comes on every Thursday on Marcus King.
Shout out to you. Shout out to the green screen crew in the back. Just he threw the hands up. They don't smoke like 3 blunts.
They look at me. They left my look. He like they don't care. This is called, you know what I mean? This is the new comedy we're dealing with right now. This is our new situation.
Yeah.
They walking in and out. They don't even care.
No respect. That's
but I gotta say this too, man. Big love and shout out to my boy Mike Eshak and Darius Bennett. These are my boys, man.
Shout out to them.
We're doing this new series called Detroit Vice. That's like a little spin-off.
Hilarious, bro. I seen
the parody of Miami Vice. And
that's dope.
We're on episode number 2 right now. It's hilarious. Y'all go there. You can go to my Instagram to see it, and that's Howie Bizzell. HOWIEBIZZELL. Howie Bizzell. And you can go to just Google Howie Bell, whatever. My Instagram will pop up. But you go there, you can check out the episodes of Detroit Vice. Darius Bennett, Mike Eshak, and myself, Howie Bell, man. I got to shot that
Detroit Vice. I want to watch that.
Oh, it's stupid. He dropped the trailer. I was just talking to Marshall.
Real quick snippets. They real fast.
Yes.
Is it on just IG or I can do it on YouTube?
Now I don't know if he has them on YouTube yet, but I know you can go to IG right now.
It's on his page.
He may have them on YouTube.
I was talking to Marshall. Shout out to Marshall Brandon.
Marshall Brandon, that's my boy.
Shout out to my boy, OG, mentor in the game. Another one. We were just laughing at that shit and the Brown Dragon shit. Y'all shit.
Oh man, it's terrible.
Y'all content.
Brown Dragon is one of the funniest sketches. I actually featured the Brown Dragon on one of my shows.
Yes. That shit is funny.
And you, Joel, man, I got you doing stand up on the show too. So I haven't interviewed you yet, but I got one of your stand up.
Nah, it's coming. I know. I'm in there, man. You know I'm gonna support it.
In the game, brother. In the game.
Listen, EA Sports. I'm in the goddamn game right now. You know what I'm saying? But no, I appreciate you always, and we're gonna always reach out to you to have you a part of anything I'm doing.
Now you talk about my scenery. Are you in the bathroom? Is that the shower?
First of all,
that's a shower curtain.
First of all, I'm between. Wait, hold on. I'm between the toilet and the sink right now. I'm between the toilet. I'm between the toilet and the sink right now. That's what
So
I'm
where's
doing.
the microphone at?
Right, it look like you like.
First
let me
of
go
all-
in here and do this.
First of all, I know y'all like my little Hot 97 setup. I know I'm getting there. I'm getting there right
No,
now.
that's definitely a shower curtain.
Listen, these is fairway curtains right now. These is Wayfair curtains right now. You can get these for $19.99. But no, I appreciate you, brothers like you, man. That inspire cats
no
like
doubt,
yourself
man. I
to
appreciate you.
do comedy and fuck with the game and just be ourselves. So now I appreciate you always. Afterthought
man.
podcast. Show them some
My
love,
dog,
y'all.
man.
Hey,
Appreciate you, boy.
Howie.
My dog.
Howie,
Appreciate
Thank
you.
let me
you,
say
Howie.
this. Let me say this.
Appreciate that. Appreciate
This is gonna
that.
be up on
I
YouTube.
got some clap. Oh, look, I got a clap. I got a clap. I got a clap.
Oh, your fans love you. Your fans love you, Howie. Your fans
I
love
blew
you.
it up. Hey, I blew it up. I blew it up.
First of all, your crew got better chairs than you. Those are chairs from Chorus in the background.
They got funeral home chairs back here. Like,
Yo,
those are
make
awesome
sure y'all-
chairs. They're
Yo.
very comforting.
them chairs come with a mint and a glass of water. I'm telling you right there.
and white gloves.
But no, make sure y'all follow him at Howie Bizel on IG. Support him. Howie, I thank you. Be safe. Be well during the
you, man.
pandemic. Stay sharp, brother. I appreciate
All
you,
y'all
man.
stay safe. Love y'all. This was awesome. Always, Joey, anytime you want me to come do something, you already know, man.
You already know.
Just tell me what it is, man. I got you, my brother. I love you for that, man.
You already know, man. Love you too,
Hey,
man.
look,
Appreciate you.
you've been my new pandemic comedy friend. We really didn't really get to know each other until the pandemic. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
God is good. All
God
the
is
time.
good. You know what I'm
already
saying?
know.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, give it up for Carl Herrera. I mean Howie Bell, ladies and gentlemen, right now.
Oh, God.
Love you, man. Appreciate that.
Nah, I
man.
love you too. I'm gonna talk to you this week, man. Be safe,
All right.
brother.
No doubt, man.
Yo,
I don't know how to cut this shit off, so I'm just.
I got you right now. I'm gonna take care of it. Just pat the fro. Pat the fro. Just pat the fro. There you go. Right there. There you go. Right there. That is my guy. Oh man, I'm telling you, some real ones in the game. That's a funny one right there. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
crazy.
Yo.
I watched him on your other show. He had Trump in the back on the green screen. That shit was funny. He's stupid.
Well, I had to throw the Jay-Z on. Shout out to the production team. I got the ring light. This is the Afterthought podcast with the crew. I guess we're doing this on a weekly basis. We are. I guess Wednesday is our day. Maybe Thursday. We'll see. But we're back next week. How y'all feeling?
Good. I'm tired now.
Yes.
Sleeping.
Yes.
But it was fun. I enjoyed the guests. Howie is funny. I've seen him before on your shows previously. And Lisa, she was a beacon of light. She was
Yes.
Yeah.
What you think, Jay?
Well, I need to go order that book.
Yes, we gotta order that. Make sure y'all support her. AngelRay.org.
Yes.
Cop her book. Show her some love. That's how we doing it on the Afterthought podcast.
Maybe we'll give a book away.
Yeah, we that's a good idea.
Let's give a book away. We gotta do some type of.
We gotta give a
contest
giveaway
for
out
games.
next week for sure. I got 2 T-shirts that I'm giving away. I just gotta figure out the setup.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
we do a
forgot my
question.
T-shirt, nigga. I came all the way to Long Island to give you my motherfucking
All right, so look.
T-shirt.
First of all, you know one thing is for sure. I'm gonna ship it to the house.
All right.
We family. Just send me the
Yeah.
address. You know, I ain't gotta
All
tell you
right.
this on air. I send you something to the house. You know that.
Give me my goddamn shirt.
And I gotta send Layla a shirt. I can't send you a shirt without sending Layla a shirt. So I'm gonna send you 2 shirts.
Okay. All right.
JP, I appreciate you. Tell them where to follow you, Jay.
You see it at JPC, the number 2, KLUB. I had such a great time tonight. I hope y'all had a great time. I want y'all to remember, real quickly on a serious note, COVID is very real. I want to say RIP real quick to my man LeVar, someone I went to junior high school with, played ball with.
That's right.
Been battling for a long time. And, you know, we're about to have his service coming up in a few days. You know, a lot of cats uptown knew him. So I just want to say one time for the one time.
Oh, yeah.
Stay safe out here. Let the people know that you miss them, you love them, reach out. Just the little things.
Yeah.
Take the time out to have moments like this to laugh, smile, learn something.
Yo, Jay, and I'm going to say this too. One thing I know the fans and everybody tuning in, you know, the co-hosts, they're dope individuals, and they're going to have their own segments within the show. I know that people have been asking for it. People love the personality from you and Tiff. So we definitely got to have a segment that y'all lead and the folks look out for, because, you know, just like everything, we got to have our certain segments that we even more check into. So don't worry, y'all. I get a lot of feedback already. Like, yo, I need JP's the protocol. It was like the protocol. I said, I don't know if he's going to name it that, y'all. Leave me alone. I don't know if he's going to name it that. But Tiff, also from the ladies' perspective, and Tiff, tell us how to follow you, what you got. Talk about the radio show. You doing something popping in the morning when folks is going out to work. We could tune in. So remind us, how can we follow you, sis?
So you can listen to me on WYWM radio from Monday through Friday in the mornings for the Morning Madness. You can get all your news updates and entertainment and sports and weather and all that good stuff. Good R&B hip hop vibes from the 80s and 90s. So, you know, it's a good vibe. Listen to me in the morning. My IG, not really that active, but it's really, what is it? Tell me what my IG is, because I don't know.
I need y'all as fans to tell her to make her IG active. I need y'all to DM her. Look, we need inspiration. We need all types of stuff, Tiff. So tell them your IG, because we're gonna
What is it? I don't know
active. What you mean you don't? Isn't it? It's really It's really _ Tiff Tonto? No?
What it is. So you can follow me on IG. I'll follow you back. But I'm more active on Facebook, and that's Tiff Tonto. TIFFTANTO. And you can follow me
one more time.
Tiff Tonto. And then the IG is it's really _ Tiff Tonto. And I promise maybe next month I'll get my IG together.
Yeah, you know Joe got money to take his own blunt and literally pass it to have someone to hold.
Who the hell's in the background just talking to the
hold that for me while I close out the rest of the show real quick.
I'm going to say this.
Come to the camera and say hello.
Hold on. Wait, hold on.
I was waiting for that.
My studio producer is here. Nah. Just know that the team heavy right now. Tiff said come to the camera. All you got to know, they're part of the Afterthought podcast right now.
Shout to the super producers holding us down.
Oh, he in the back. You know, look, he tried to get his hand in the picture. Right now.
Shout to the super producer holding us down.
Yes. I'm gonna say this though. Next week we back. And I gotta say this. I got a special guest coming. And I can't reveal it. We got 2 new guests coming. Same time slot.
Are you gonna tell us though? Because it's a surprise for us too. This nigga be telling us hours before the show. I'll be like, oh, okay.
Tiff, you're supposed to pull me to the side. You're supposed to say yes, y'all gonna know.
Okay.
We building. What's dope about this show is we got a good feel of it. I want to give a special shout out to Cheryl Atika in the building, watching the show. RIP Val. That's fam right there. And we just doing it right now. We're building. We got guests out the wazoo from comedians. You're gonna get live performances on here.
Oh, that's dope.
You might even get a stand-up performance, but this is something that I wanted to start up for the cold weather that's about to come. We're about to be inside, and I want to give you something consistent, something with quality. So I shout out to everybody that's just been rocking with the Afterthought podcast. I got some amazing hosts. I got to shout y'all out. The personalities y'all have, Tiff. Somebody said the Angela Yee. I said, nah, she better than that. First of all, she better than Angela Yee. And JP, you know, the governor, of this. You know, we're gonna keep building. But yeah, we definitely gonna get more camaraderie. But yeah, Tiff, the ladies in my inbox of the podcast have been saying they want to hear more relationship. They love the relationship talk.
Oh, tell them, hold on. Let me go get a relationship started.
You got a bonus right now? You got a bonus? You got a quick one?
No.
Not tonight. You got to tune in next week. They were saying.
No, I'm saying, tell them to wait. I need to go get into a relationship so I can talk about some shit. It's been a while.
They was like,
they want to hear from a single woman?
They were like Tiff Talk. You should just Tiff Talk.
All right, cool. I don't talk about it. We can talk about it.
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Go ahead, Jay. I know you're gonna say something, Jay.
Nah, I just gonna say support black artists, support black ownership. Yes. You're gonna see me in some things, and I'm gonna be plugging all my friends' apparel. You're gonna see different shirts. So when you see us pop up with new things, new segments, you're gonna be like, oh, where's this from? I'm gonna let y'all know because we gotta help give each other a hand, you know, lift each other up, show each other love, give it, spread it, show it. That's the only way we win out here, man. So stay tuned. You're gonna see a couple different fits, different looks.
Yep. Follow all of us. Follow the home team. Follow everybody. Tiff, JP, at the Afterthought podcast on Instagram, anchor.fm. You can find us / the Afterthought podcast. The cool thing about this is you can hear this tomorrow on about 20 platforms. You can hear this running back, and you can watch it on YouTube as well. Also, if you're looking at supporting, we're not trying to do the Cash App and the PayPal. The best way to support the show is when you go on anchor.fm, support the show with $1 a month, $4.99 a month, or if you want whatever you can. That's the best way to keep this going. We got tons of guests, and it's time to go. Mm-hmm. Tiff, JP, I appreciate that. We got something here. We got something here. Y'all be safe. Y'all be well. And most importantly, wash your hands during this pandemic. This is your man, Joe Hill. Afterthought podcast.
Wash your hands.
We out of here. Y'all be safe. Peace.
All right. Later.